The middling sort plantation life in colonial Virginia. Tobacco was the major cash crop in colonial Virginia, taking over 13 months to grow and cultivate. Other crops grown for profit were corn and wheat. Because of the importance of tobacco to the Virginian economy, over 95% of Virginians live in rural areas. They sold this crop to England, and it was very profitable for the rural middle class, called the middling sort. The middling sort owned around 100 acres and 5 to 10 slaves. Working these smaller plantations was labor-intensive. When a farmer started making their plantation, he has to build all of the buildings needed for life on the farm. These buildings were made using manual labor, cutting up all the different size logs that they might need. There were many different types of buildings that were needed on the plantation. This is a corn crib. Notice how it is built off the ground and with air holes to keep the corn dry and from rotting. A smokehouse was used to smoke the meat on the farm for the farm family and slaves. This building needed much tighter insulation to keep the meat from going bad. Here the hog meat could stay for over a year and still be edible. Another important building was the kitchen. The plantation owners wanted a separate kitchen from the main farmhouse due to the heat and smells of the kitchen. They of course cooked their meals over open flames in the kitchen fireplace. A separate building would be built for the slave quarters. This would be a smaller structure than the main farmhouse. The slaves would have a mat on the floor, or, for older slaves, the mat was built off the ground to sleep on. The hole under the bed is where the slaves would keep their prized possessions, anything of value to them. They would also have a place in the quarters to cook their ration of foods. The barn was essential to the farmer, and it was used for storage. They would also hang the tobacco from the rafters to dry before taking it to sell. One building that is absent from this mock plantation is the main farmhouse. It would be used for the plantation owner and his family. This particular plantation owner has not built his farmhouse yet. Another important part of this farm was the family garden. This is where the farmer and the slaves would grow food for his family and slaves to eat. Farmers also tended cattle, pigs, sheep, goats, and a few oxen. Thanks for watching this short video on the middling sort plantation life in colonial Virginia.